Yeah, it's
No,
spinning.
you did pull the trigger.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
live now.
what if I was talking about something crazy and you like caught me saying something bad?
There's no
You'd be out.
takebacks once I hit the live button, and we hitting it at straight up 7 o'clock.
I know it. All the world would have like caught me right there. While
Yes.
I don't know, I'm sitting there looking at that number, and all the world looks like a big fat zero.
Well, it's going to be interesting tonight because, in theory, we're supposed to be on Twitter as well. And of course, we changed. Oh, it just jumped to 17. And of course, we changed this week from Tuesday night to Thursday night because I had a meeting to go to Tuesday evening and just didn't get out of the meeting in time to do the show. And I kind of had to be at the meeting. Anyway, so we changed to Thursday
Well,
night, and hopefully, enough people got the notice to watch.
well, I would argue that that worked out pretty good because, there's been a lot of stuff kind of cooking around Bossier, especially. I mean, look, we coined the name of this show, Bossier's Going to the Dogs. And
We started out as the polecat because we had, and we've still got some information to discuss about a recent poll that you may or may not have received. But you're right. We then had all this come up about dogs and cats and all the other animals running around the parish, apparently. And anyway, the issues with that. So
yeah, so hey, Eddie Shea just commented in the comments, says, watching. Welcome to the show, Eddie Shea. And, any of you other folks that are out there watching, I mean, we encourage people to comment, and some of your comments we're going to pull up front and
right.
center in the show. And if you have a thought, I mean, by all means, post it up there. We want to know what you think. I mean, this isn't just about us. We're just two regular guys talking about what's going on in our community.
Yeah, like Duke said, if we monitor all of the comments, so if you have something to say, absolutely put it in the comments. I mean, we don't really censor anything as long as you're relatively civil in the comments, but be aware we may use it live in the show also because this is live. But we're glad to have all of you. We're up to about 60 people watching now. So the way this works is we will sit here and just kind of chitter chatter for a minute or so. We're going to do a 2 minute countdown, and that lets plenty of people get notifications. And so, really and truly, at about 8 to 10 minutes, we start the actual content of the show. And again, that gives people plenty of time to get their notifications. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and supposed to be on Twitter. Let's
Well,
check and see.
I am happy to report that we are live on Twitter as we speak.
Wow, first
I'm
time.
looking at it. Yes, sir.
That is
So,
impressive. And we will also be releasing this show as a podcast either after the show tonight or it may be tomorrow, depends on how long we run. So if you want to listen to it again, we will release an audio version again, and we're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I'm going to try to get us on most of the podcasts. So anyway, we'll be there as well.
well, Rex, I say that we go ahead. Let's get the countdown out of the way. And for those of you that are already here, thank you for being here. And if you will, go ahead and, like, share, and follow Bossier Watch. Let's get some other folks in here. We're going to cover some pretty important topics. And I would say when we get to the animal control thing, if you have a weak stomach, it may not be the portion for you. But if you love your dog like I love my dog, you're probably going to want to pay attention to this tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So here's the way this woke. Here's the way this works, folks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit our little countdown video. It's about 2.5, 3 minutes long. That's going to give you time to go make some popcorn if you want real quick. Mix your favorite drink, whatever that may be. Like Duke said, tag some folks and let friends and all that know that we're live and that they can join in. We will be right back in about 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Just they feel helpless, they don't feel heard, they have nowhere to turn.
In all honesty, we try to lay low a little bit because of the fear that we would not be able to camp there.
And I titled it A Shot Across the Bow of the Good Old Boys.
Hello everybody. I don't think I've ever done a video before on here, but yeah, I wanted to tell y'all what frustrates me a little bit about permits.
Cockroach of the week is Drum roll, please. Allie Feaster Smith.
We can't be apathetic about what's going on in our state. We have to all pull up our bootstraps and get on top of this. So you're right. There's a problem out there. I mean, and man, you can see it everywhere.
Well, look, we have allowed government to become our wherewithal to everything.
Well, I've not heard my name in stable or Baton Rouge in stable in the same sentence in a long time.
You're about to be killed by his Zamboni, or you're gonna die in 5 minutes.
This Bossier Watch live broadcast is brought to you by David B. Womack for all your contracting and construction needs. The Outdoor News, fishing and outdoors for our area. Acadiana Mortgage, over 23 years in the mortgage business. Pelican Training and Consulting is an IWTP customized training provider with over 25 years of success to show for it. Call them for a free consultation today. Pelican Training and Consulting matches employers with 50-plus employees with training dollars. Smarter Geek, making technology easier. And the many supporters, donations, and folks sharing information and watching out for Bossier. Now, grab your popcorn and a drink. Here we go. Well, we are officially streaming on Twitter. That's a good thing. We have... We're in triple digits. We have over 100 people watching right now. That's awesome. And we didn't even have to mention First Bossier.
Yeah, I mean, usually First Bossier like brings folks out. I mean, and I appreciate people being concerned, but you know what? The subject matter tonight, I mean, it's another issue that tugs at everybody's hearts. And I can't believe that we have dropped the ball in Bossier on this subject. But before we jump off in there, hey,
All right.
I mean, look, did you know there's some stuff going on in Washington, D.C.? I mean, who doesn't know that? Everybody knows that, right?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Washington, D.C., and you know, we have a local politician that went to Washington, but what else is going on?
Well, I mean, look, we all know about the FBI and the mainstream media. And so, like, for those of you that may be new watching this show, I mean, there's nowhere we don't go. You send it to us, we promote people to send us information and we get out
Right.
there. And that's kind of what happened, you know, today and the show that we have. But in Washington, D.C., Rex, if you'll share my screen, I mean,
Yeah.
look, you know, this isn't anything new, but I mean, there is a frenzy in Washington, D.C. And
Yeah, it's like playing whack-a-mole, but with shutting trunks for those of you that are listening in and not watching, listening, or will be listening to the podcast.
And where are people with badges? I mean, there's things popping out of trunks everywhere, and you know, they're just no. We got to try to cover it up. We can't let this get out. Oh my gosh, we got something else to cover up. Wait a minute. Whoop, there's another one. Up. It's whack-a-mole.
Wow. All right. So I think the deal with this is there's always something going on, whether it's national news, you know, and the FBI stuff and the Twitter files and Twitter releases, or, pick whatever it may be that's going on, the current weather and the cold weather and the Arctic blast or whatever, and the stuff right here at home around Bossier.
And the bottom line is it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat, you're an independent, Republican, libertarian, or what have you. I mean, the bottom line is our government officials and the agencies of our government. I mean, it's almost as if they don't have any of our best interests in mind. I
It's
mean,
almost like they're in it for themselves.
yeah, it seems that way.
Well,
So,
I wouldn't say all of them, but I would say 95+% of them are that way, maybe more, and that's unfortunate.
well, I will tell you, all those Politico types in Bossier this week, they sure got their dander raised up this week.
Really. So, I
Well,
mean, we've had all this cold weather. You'd think people would be, not as active and staying inside, and it would suppress the political activities a little bit. Why would they have their dander or
well,
in a
somebody
tizzy?
somebody had the wild idea. You know what? And I did. I put the cut in there. Somebody had the wild idea to go and conduct a poll,
Oh, really?
of voters to find out a few few answers on some questions regarding, of all things, term limits
Hmm.
and, who did you favor for mayor and council and things like that.
Oh, well, well, let's see. Give me just a second here. Let me do
Now,
this and let me
I
do
think a lot of
that.
people watching our show tonight, and I see a ton of you guys in the comment, a lot of you are probably pretty interested in this because a lot of you had, an active role, took positions in the last mayoral race in Bossier. So
Right.
you would have an interest in who maybe put this poll out and what the results of this poll was and what was the content of the poll.
Well, first let's take a look at the question. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. That'll kind of cut off the top of it. But anyway, they say something about a brief survey from JMC Analytics and polling about upcoming races in Bossier City. All responses are strictly confidential. So if you got this poll by text message or by phone call or however, let us know in the comments if you got it. If you hadn't gotten the poll, well, let us know that too. So Ryan Haygood says nobody asked him. But let's look at the question. So I'm going to kind of read these, Duke, and just stop me at any point, and we'll go over. But that way, the people that are listening in will be able to hear it. So let me adjust my screen. It says first question is: do you favor or oppose term limits for both the mayor and the city council?
Okay, so look, before you jump too further out there, I mean, there's 140 people that I can tell off of this
Mm-hmm.
thing that is watching the show. Let's just have a quick poll right here of all of you.
Yeah.
Do you guys, and in the comments, just raise your hand or say yes or whatever, signify whether you support term limits or not. Let's have our own poll right here of live viewers. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, because I mean, I think we made our positions pretty clear that overall and in general, we absolutely support term limits, but we want to know what you guys think because you may not agree with us, and that's okay too.
Yeah, without a doubt. So the first question is whether or not you support term limits for both the mayor and the council. The second question, if the election for mayor, obviously in Bossier City, were held today, which candidate would you support? And
Hmm.
the names were, drumroll please, Adam Bass, Tommy Chandler, Vince Maggio, David Montgomery, Chris Smith, or undecided.
Hmm. Very interesting. Now, that's an interesting selection of people, and then we've got the undecided. Hmm. I think I know who my pick would be if the particular person decided to actually run, but again, and we appreciate all the comments on supporting term limits. That's a great thing to know. But also, number two, and feel free to let us know in the comments, which of these, hypothetical, let's see, they cut us off. All right, hold on a second. They cut us off on Facebook. Hmm.
Oh, the censorship has begun.
Well,
It's
that
begun.
wasn't nice. Yes. So that cut us off immediately. What happened here? All right. Folks, hold on a second. Let me see how we need to handle this, because to get us back into Facebook. All right, folks on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to start this back up and see if I can get us into Facebook. I wonder why they cut us off. All right, here we go. I'm going to end the broadcast, Duke.
We didn't even show a picture of Hunter Biden. Nothing.
Yeah, I know. All right, hold on. I'm going to cut us off and restart it. Folks on YouTube, just look for another live notification.
And